In this episode, I want to talk about numbers and how they decline and which cases you use for which numbers, because it's not exactly straightforward. So we'll start from the beginning. 0. So there are two ways of saying 0 in Russian, nol and nul. And we used nol for phone numbers, which you might remember, game scores, and specific times when using a 24-hour clock or military time. For example, поезд отходит в 15:00. So the train departs from the station at 1500 hours, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we use nul for temperature and mathematics. Температура упала ниже нуля. So the temperature fell below 0. So 0's pretty straightforward. If you have any adjectives or nouns with the 0, with the number 0, and all other numbers that end in 0, like 20 and 100, you are going to put adjective and noun in the genitive plural. Okay, so now let's look at 1. So again, there are quite a few words for 1, because 1 is not your typical number. It behaves like an adjective, and it must agree in gender, number, and case with the noun that it's describing. So we start off in the nominative case with один, одна, одно, and одни. So we have masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural. This number behaves like an adjective and must decline like an adjective. So cases, or the endings that you have for adjectives with all the different cases, are the same that you would have for numbers 1. And it will agree in gender, number, meaning whether it's plural or singular, and case with the noun it's describing. So just like an adjective, right? Adjectives describe nouns or modify nouns. So let's look at some examples. So in the accusative case, remember the accusative case, if it's a masculine animate noun, it's going to have the genitive case ending. So let's look at some accusative case. So я знаю одну девушку. Right? So одну девушку. We have the the accusative case ending for both the number 1 and our direct object, which is the girl. Я смотрю на одно большое окно. So we see everything agrees. Our adjectives agree with our noun. All right, now let's look at the genitive case. Я стою около одного большого дома. Right, so because of около, we need to use the genitive case. So there's our genitive ending, and genitive ending. So, and these are genitive singular, right? And then we have the dative case. Я подошел к одному большому. Я подошел к одному большому окну. Because of к, we need to use the dative case. Одному большому окну. And then we have библиотека находится рядом с одним большим домом. Right, so we have рядом с, which requires the instrumental in this case. Одним большим домом. And finally, a prepositional example. Я говорю об одной девушке. Because of об, we're going to use the prepositional, right, about одной девушке. So we also have одни, which is the plural version of one. So plural one. And we use одни when we're talking about nouns that are only in the plural. So like ножницы, scissors, right? Same in English, it's a plural. Scissors with that S. You don't have one scissor. На столе были одни ножницы. So these are scissors. Right? So on the table, there was one pair of scissors. Or it can mean only. So на тарелке остались одни крошки. So on the plate, there remained only crumbs. Those are our ones. So now let's move on to 2, 3, and 4. So here's how 2, 3, and 4 decline, because they are typical numbers, unlike 1, which behaves like an adjective and declines like an adjective. So we have 2, 3, 4. And you can look that over in your own time or copy it down. Also, textbooks and any kind of Russian grammar book will have how all of these numbers decline, you know, every single number. So let's look first at 2. 2, there are, again, 2 ways to say 2. We've got два and две. So два is for masculine and neuter nouns, and dia is for feminine. And you'll see up in this chart both of those, dva and dia. And the other numbers only have one version. So 2, 3, and 4. So 3 and 4. These guys, when they're describing or when they're modifying a noun and adjective or describing a noun and adjective, it's kind of complicated, but you're going to put the noun in the genitive singular, and the adjective will be genitive plural if it's a masculine or neuter noun, and if it's feminine, the adjective is going to be in the nominative plural, so for feminine nouns. Okay, so let's look at that because it's kind of confusing. So we're talking about the nominative case, and let's write out some examples. So we've got a masculine noun over here, dom, right? So a big multi-story house. And then we have a feminine noun over here, dacha. So a cute little structure out in the countryside, a little country house. Okay, so we've got a masculine noun and a feminine noun. Now let's have some sentences, or just use some numbers. So dva, because it's masculine, bolshich doma, or 3-4 bolshich doma. And over here with dacha, which is feminine, we have dvia, novia, dachi. Alright, so our noun is in the genitive singular, regardless of whether it's masculine, neuter, or feminine, right? So we have doma and dachi, right? So those are both the genitive singular endings. And our feminine adjective is a nominative plural, right? Novia. And our masculine adjective is genitive plural. We can do one more example. В этой комнате 3 больших окна. We've got 3, and this should be, our noun should be in the genitive singular, and it is, and our adjective should be the genitive plural, right, because this is a masculine, or sorry, this is a neuter noun, akno. And we could say on kupil novia kniги. So he bought new books. So we've got novia in the nominative plural because it's a feminine word, kniga, and that's in the genitive singular. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit clearer. So that's the nominative case with 2, 3, and 4. In the accusative case, so if the number, the noun, and the adjective are all in the accusative case, the numbers themselves, 2, 3, and 4, and the adjectives take the genitive plural if the noun is animate. Right, we always have to pay attention to whether the noun is animate or inanimate when we're talking about the accusative case. But now it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, but it matters whether it's a table and not alive or if it's a little boy and alive. So let's see. Мы видели двух мальчиков и трех девушек. So we'll see everybody's in the genitive plural. And you can refer back to this chart to see how 2, 3, and 4 decline, right? So we've got accusative animate, so it's genitive case, so двух, трех, or четырех. And that's what we've got. We've got двух and трех. So the numbers themselves are in the accusative animate, which is the same as the genitive plural case. And our boys are in the genitive plural, and our girls with their 0 ending are in the genitive plural. But if you're talking about a compound number, so 22 or 34 or 103, all compound numbers follow the rules of 5 and up numbers, and we'll get to those in just a second. So this rule, this accusative animate rule, is only true if you're talking about the number 2, 3, or 4. So that's a little disclaimer. Okay, so then if you have 2, 3, or 4, and you're dealing with oblique cases or the other cases, the rules change again. And basically, the numbers 2, 3, and 4, if they're modifying a noun, 2, 3, and 4, modifying a noun in another case, they'll agree with that case, or they'll be in that same case. So let's see, we've got genitive, prepositional, dative, and instrumental, right? Because we've already covered accusative and nominative. So let's look at this. Она прожила в Москве около, right? This will require the genitive. 4 месяцев. So we have genitive plural, because of около. Alright, in the prepositional, я говорю об этих двух новых студентах. So everybody's in the prepositional plural because of ob or about. Right? Dative case. Они подошли к 3 девушкам. So a group of people walked up to 3 girls. And again, we've got трем девушкам because we're in the dative case. The number and the noun are in the dative case. And finally, the instrumental case. Она владеет Она владеет 3 языками. 3 языками. So we've got instrumental endings. Alright, so now we're done with 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now let's look at 5 through 20. And all numbers not ending in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in the nominative and accusative, so when the number is in the nominative or the accusative, both adjective and noun will be in the genitive plural. We're very familiar now with this case, and it doesn't matter whether it's animate or inanimate, right? So that animate rule that we had with the accusative case for 2, 3, and 4 doesn't matter anymore. Let's look at some example sentences. На этой улице стоят 6 больших домов. So we've got genitive plural, both the adjective and the noun. Now let's look at a compound number, right? So 21 or something like that. And we're talking again about nominative and accusative. Мы посмотрели 57 иностранных and again we've got genitive plural endings. Okay, so let's look at something a little more complicated. So if the number and the noun and the adjective are in another case than nominative or accusative, then it's all going to agree with that case. So other cases, and each part of the number is going to decline. So we've got, again, genitive, prepositional, dative, and instrumental. These are our remaining oblique cases. Okay, so here are some sentences written out, and let's look at all of their cases and how everything's going to decline, including the number and each part of the number if it's a compound number. First, we have the genitive case. В его коллекции больше. Больше means that we're going to have to use the genitive case, right? So we've got 265 русских фильмов. So in his collection, there are more than 265 Russian films. And each one of those 265 Russian films are declining in this sentence. And again, you can look in a textbook or online. There's lots of charts that will break down how all of these numbers decline. It's pretty much once you get past 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll have the nominative and accusative version, the genitive, prepositional, and dative version, and the instrumental version for the most part. There are some exceptions like 40 and 90 and 100, but you can just look that up. Okay, so we have the prepositional case next. So мы побывали в 5. So we've got v, right? So we're inside, or 33 музеях. So мы побывали в 33 музеях. So prepositional, right? Now dative. Я послала открытки к 27 хорошим друзьям. Okay, and then the instrumental is in a class of its own, and you're going to have lots of soft signs and U's. So, что делать с 58 рублями? So, what can you do with 58 rubles? So, there's lots of, each part of these compound numbers is declining, right? The ending, each number, and the final digit too. So it's pretty complicated, but it also starts to make sense, and just the more you use each number or hear each number, it'll fall into place. You're probably already using some of these perfectly correctly, and you haven't even had to study it or think about it.